We've been here so many times, and you still stand in awe at the size of this place. We're at AT&T Stadium. Welcome to Arlington, Texas. Neither team got the start to the season that they wanted. Let's see who can right the ship as week 2 gets underway. Returning in from the 16. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brocky's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. McCarthy starting off with a throw. As a man, Justin Jefferson. And he'll get it up to the 44. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Trying down the middle with Chandler. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. It was Osa Odigizua in on the tackle. From the 47. He'll get this to Jefferson. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Shotgun handoff now to Chandler. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Pass is caught, it's T.J. Hawkinson. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. 16 yards on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Quite the opening drive they put together, partner. New set of downs all the way down to the 25. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They give up the gut to Chandler. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. Working quickly here. So the officials are officially on board tonight. For the first time, a flag flies. Somebody moved early. Second and goal now, 5 yards more difficult following that penalty. Now it's McCarthy. Has it down close. Touchdown, Minnesota. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go.
Prescott opening with a pass. And his first offering in the game winds up incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Yeah! There we go! Like 26.
Now they turn to their rookie from Georgia for the first time. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
26.
Prescott here from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And this one skips out of bounds and will be marked inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it 2nd down.
With the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, and it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
He put some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Chandler again. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. That was Michael Parsons making that play. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. They'll stick with Chandler. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Well, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. Neither side separating much so far. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Now for the 2nd quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They start out with a 3rd and 6. This is hauled in by Chandler. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
New set of downs for him from the 46. They'll try it left with Chandler. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down.
Here we go, set.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
McCarthy operating from the pistol. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up fourth down.
Oh, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
So the Vikings will try a field goal on fourth down. Will Reichert headed out. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. It sails right through a beautifully placed football.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
This return makes it up to the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go.
Running this one left. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Here we go. I take. Wait, I take.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. It's taken in by Lamb. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Let's see what they draw up on these 3rd and 7. Dak now from the gun. Complete out to the right side. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Runs into traffic and hits a wall, no gain. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 40-yard line.
From the gun is Prescott. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Vikings will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
Here we go.
McCarthy looking to throw. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he's taken down at the 30. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Now McCarthy. Able to find Hawkinson. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings grow their lead just before halftime. It's a T.J. Hawkinson touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Here's Reichard, set to kick this away. He's going to field this at the 2. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Right there. 26.
First down, here's Dak. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And he takes this out after crossing the 45. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Short pass brought in. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Cut out left. And they make the tackle at the 38. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. New set of downs for him at the 38. Another throw for Prescott. Escapes the pocket. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Here we go. Right there. 26.
1st and 10, Prescott. That's caught at the 4. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys chop some of the lead off before the half. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. He lofts it deep left. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jason Pinnock picks it. And the Cowboys are going to have it after his second interception of the season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. He's on the move.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep it moving forward.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. He's stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Yeah!
Off the play fake, hits Prescott. Flushed out of the pocket. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
The QBs today so adept. This buying themselves enough time and finding a target. The problem on this one, just not the throw he needed to make the completion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
What do you think?
Throwing again is Dak. It is Cup, left side. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Yeah! Here we go! Right check! What do you think?
That's Lamb running the slant. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Going to 53. There you go. What do you think?
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good for a gain of 5. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Yeah! What do you think?
Play action, Prescott. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
We'll get an injury timeout here, and thousands throughout the stadium hold their breath. CeeDee Lamb, the player, shaken up after that one.
Yeah, here we go! What do you think?
Throwing on 1st is Prescott. Has him on the quick hitter. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. 2nd and 3 now.
Yeah, here we go. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?
Dak throwing again. Escapes the pocket. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. That's Harrison Phillips there for the stop.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
What do you think?
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You love a huddle, okay? You really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. What do you think?
Another carry for him. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Yeah, here we go. What do you think?
Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
They're going to touch him down after a short pickup. Going to keep this one and go. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Cowboys cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cowboys cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Ty Chandler to return. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on the short field. And you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone.
Offense up to the line fast. This is Chandler. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. Trying to find Justin Jefferson. And now a 4th down, staring right at him.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Right,
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. That's Harrison Phillips there for the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, here we go.
Prescott here from the gun. Forced out to his right. We've reached the end of the third quarter on this Thursday night. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. Third and just 2 to go.
Yeah, here we go. Wait, take. 26.
They'll run with Warren. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. So I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
Here we go. 26.
2nd and 6 now. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
26.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
26.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
That's why you often see some high percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep a defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation, and a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
Buys time, rolling right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
26.
Dak now from the gun. Fits it through the middle. Has some room to work. There it is. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys take a 4th quarter lead. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the 2nd half. It puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw, McCarthy. He gets this one to Chandler. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. It's a give to Chandler. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's second and inches. On the carry, it's Chandler. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. To throw. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
A lot of pressure on this kick for Will Reichert. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And it's on its way and through. He hit it from deep. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up.
It's such a confidence builder to a sideline, to an entire team, Kate, when you can rely and trust your kicker in these big moments. He tied it up, and now it's incumbent upon his defense to do their job.
His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Yeah! There we go! Right, 26.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Back to throw. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go, 47. 22.
Setting up to pass. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Everything now resting on this try from Brandon Aubrey. All right, got a timeout here. Just 8 seconds remaining in our ball game. The entire game now resting on the right foot of this kicker. From the left hash, a 40-yard look. That one is good! And that, folks, is your game winner!
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here he is to throw. Getting out to his left. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. So it's a win for the Cowboys. And there was no easing up